we immediately, started waking them up, and then we started talking to people around there. And there's a group called Unconventional Action that's running this group. And just like before, Alex, unconventionalaction.org. It's in the article on truthalliance.net. Right on their website, they call for violence. They call for property destruction. They're open about it.
Well, that's got to happen. The cops have got to run those ops to discredit the First Amendment in America, to make sure that makes the Democrats then look like the good guys. You got to demonize the people. They're so close to bringing the country down and getting what they want, and they've just got to destroy freedom, so that's their number one goal. We Are Change, Minnesota, Colorado, Canada. Stay with us. Of course, the cops that dress up like anarchists and lead little 10-man, 20-man squads of Ford Foundation and other foundation, oil company foundation, literally groups. You ever heard NPR? It's all oil companies. Pew Foundation, the rest of it. Pew Charitable Trust, that's ExxonMobil. They dress up and they think these protests are bad. It's anti-American. We're going to go out and beat cops up and stage fights so we can... I got video of them in Portland. Peaceful crowd doing nothing. Open fire with rubber bullets. Walk right over to baby carriages and spray babies and say, shut the F up, lady. Don't bring an effing baby to a protest. Just a cop in a Darth Vader outfit. And I'm supposed to lick his boots and, oh, he's a good officer. And, oh, I love him so much. We got all these great YouTubers. Grab me talking about this right now and go get the video of that guy doing it. Show people. I've had enough. You understand? I'm done. The government's criminal. It's raping the country. And I want to bring in the other We Are Change guys to comment on this. But, yeah, We Are Change isn't just, and the truth groups and activists and whatever group you're in. You're here to fight the New World Order. Liberals, conservatives, whatever paradigm they're carrying out. And the liberals carry out one part of the attack on liberty, and the Republicans carry out the other attack. That's the pincer attack. And there is We Are Change Colorado, and it was on these people's websites, and it turned out the people heading them up were connected to the government and other ops in the past. Going back to Jonathan Elenoff, and then Nathan Moulton of Canada, We Are Change, and Anthony, jump in any time, guys, to comment on this. But this is an example of what you're doing, not just with 9/11 Truth, but this overall attack on every liberty we've got.
Yeah, Alex. This DNC is going to be. I've got people in our group that are preparing to leave town. They're so worried about violence. We tracked these urban warfare drills. I don't know if you know much about what's been going on here, but the Denver Office of Emergency Management is planning for mass evacuations of the city during the week of the DNC. Now, they did not communicate if there's any intelligence of a threat. They haven't said, some are saying maybe there's a false flag.
Now Nixon wanted to bomb his own Republican convention. This is even on Frontline now, and blame it on anti-war people. And, of course, that's now declassified. But go ahead.
You got it. You're hitting right on target. I've now shown 4 groups publicly talking about not just property destruction but violence. Massive agitated protests that include demands beyond anything that's, radical.
And again, I want to be clear here. This is what We Are Change is doing. And other 9/11 truth groups. We're going out and exposing provocateur actions. We're preempting the secret police from staging events. Jump in here and comment on how important this is, Nathan and Anthony.
Yeah, it's absolutely important. And up here in Canada, you got all these neocons talking about how Canada is the only country that hasn't been hit by a major terrorist attack, and it's only a matter of time before it happens. I have police on tape saying the same thing and saying that we need more surveillance cameras to fix the problem.
It's just incredible. Any comments on that, Anthony? We Are Change Minnesota? Because, Anthony, you've got the RNC coming up there.
Yeah, we were. The RNC really hasn't been making too much news either lately, and we've kind of been worried about maybe what's going to happen up here and stuff. And we were actually at a event this last week, which the St. Paul chief of police that actually, I mean, he's going to be running a lot of the stuff during the RNC, where he kind of caught us off guard, where he actually was telling the local Fox reporter here that if he wanted to get real news or real coverage of what's going on in the world, that he needed to pay attention to We Are Change. And we haven't got a chance to follow up with him, but we're very glad, and we're hoping that he's possibly a listener of your show.
What happened? You met with a police chief, and he said, go to We Are Change for the real info?
We were going to have an interview with a Fox 9 reporter here, and he was finishing up an interview with the police chief, St. Paul police chief, and as he was wrapping up his interview with Fox, he told the reporter that if he wanted to get real news, that he needed to watch We Are Change. And the guy, I mean, you could tell he didn't like hearing that. But
my God, this means, see, you got some good cops. We need to call the Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota police chief and ask him what's going on. There are some good cops who do care about the country, and but either they're with us or they're with the terrorists. And when I say that, I'm serious. That's not a joke, folks. I mean, the police need to figure out this isn't a joke. This is the real deal. I'm going to be honest with you out there. If I sound bitter and mean and upset, I am. I mean, I only wish FBI people, military people, police, school teachers, black people, white people, Hispanics, I got my head screwed on straight. In that I know that you doing well means I'm going to do well. I'm not an envious, jealous person. I am a very open, loving, good person. I'm also very primitive. I am vicious. At least I've been in my past. I mean, I literally, so many people have these personalities where they're one way or the other. I mean, I've got the whole ball game and in extremes. And I know a lot of you who got more love and more passion than I got. But, I mean, I only want what's good for people. And I know the vaccines are hurting people. I know we're losing our liberties and freedoms. I know criminals run the government at the highest levels and stage the attacks. I know. And I know for new listeners, this also sounds like a really extreme, crazy show. But compared to what's your favorite color and all the bull you hear on regular talk radio, I mean, look, folks, you understand the dollar has already been devalued by 60+%. You understand mainstream news is talking and major governments are talking about a depression. That isn't cute. I am mad. But I'll tell you this, I thank God every day that I get to associate with people like Anthony and the other folks who got on the line, Mr. Moulton doing a fabulous job, Jonathan Elenoff, and all the 9/11 truth groups and all the 9/11 blogger and the Truth Action folks and Cosmo and then all the architects and engineers and whistleblowers and Willie Nelson and Jesse Ventura and German defense minister and a highly respected Italian president. And I mean, there's just all these people. I mean, this is history. And it's not fun for people like, how dare you say that about your government? Like it's fun to come on the air day one and say it's an inside job because you know it is. And to lose 30% of your radio stations that day. And to have people hating you and threatening you and, you know, have people, other patriots down at the TV station scream at me in the hall and say, I agree with you on everything else, but you better back off on this. I mean, you think it's fun to thumb my nose at the New World Order? You think it's fun with these killers? I believe everything I say about them. I know they do it. This isn't a game for me. It isn't a game for We Are Change. It isn't a game for any of us. This isn't about being the patriot celebrities. This is war. And they've got most of the good people neutralized, kind of on the sidelines. They don't trust anybody. And then you've got some people serving the evil, and you got a lot of people serving evil because they know it's evil, and they've decided through fear, not just through wanting power, to go ahead and kiss up to the dark side. Not me. You know, people think there's only fight or flight. Fight, flight, hiding's a type of flight, but fighting is really the ultimate form of flight. I mean, I remember the times in my life where 3, 4 big guys, and this is how I grew up in Dallas. Thank God Austin didn't like this, but I grew up a lot of rough stuff. People beat the hell out of each other all the time for no reason. There was more crime there, and I happened to see a lot of rough stuff. And I remember, you know, the times when I really could just go all the way with somebody. I mean, just almost unlimited strength was when I had my back up against a wall, and they were big guys. And every time that happened, people went to the hospital and lost IQ points for life or worse. And it's the same thing we face with this New World Order. We don't have a choice.